Hello, everybody. See how many people we got coming here. All right.
It's going to take a minute. There we are.
There we go. All right, we're going to give y'all just a minute to, there's Big Bear.
Oh, Big Bear. You still got that can sitting on the cabinet.
Right. Ain't eat that can yet. I seen it sitting up there a while ago. All right, I'm going to give y'all just a minute for everybody to get on board. Kind of like it used to be when I run my business. I'd tell everybody, we're going to start at 7. And if you want to talk, you want to get going, then be here at 6:30, and then we'll be ready to work at 7. So I'm going to kind of give everybody a minute to kind of get on board here. All of y'all.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Enjoy yourselves. I see a lot of people here. I can't call all the names. And you guys got to know.
Mark's on here.
Oh, hey, Mark. Thank you. These comments roll so fast here for us.
Yes.
And I was talking to Weetree, and she's one of our moderators. And she said it's like Mach 5 on here. And I'm going to tell y'all, from our viewpoint, and you're trying to talk and read, it is Mach 5. It's going really fast.
Really fast. Hey, Scratch Man.
Scratch. Now, one of our new moderators. He's not a new moderator. He's just been in the country most of the time. At least he made it this time.
Yeah.
Or Leslie.
Leslie, whichever one. Yeah.
Both.
All right, Wayne's in the house. All right, we got Wayne here. All right, guys, when you have a question tonight, be sure and type it in all caps. And look, if we don't get it first time around, just put it back in again, because
we're trying
to pick it up. It's just that this thing moves so fast until it is hard for us. Even our moderators have called us and said, look, it's just it's getting tough for us just to keep up. So keep posting your questions, and we will get to them.
And we'll try probably to catch up with questions as we see them, but it might be later in the broadcast to really answer more questions.
Yeah, but so, we will get to them, though.
We're going to do our best.
Yeah, we got Grandpa's here, Linda's Home's here, Sammy Joe, girl.
Jay Merritt. Wayne's Country
Living. All right.
Freaky Geek 2.
Yeah.
Would super glue help you pick it up some?
If I thought it would, I'd go buy it too, but that's for sure.
Would buy a case. So, hello everybody.
It is good to see everybody tonight. I'm excited. I mean, we haven't even been on 3 minutes, and we're already fixing to have 100 people on here. And that's what we're telling y'all about how fast things can go on this now. I know there's been a lot of questions about these right here. A lot of people have asked me, they've sent me messages, this past week, and what's up? You don't have your overalls on, you got regular clothes on, I didn't recognize you to start with, and all this kind of stuff. So let me give you a little scoop on this. What's going on? It's like 100 degrees here right now, and I'm having a lot of problems with the heat. And when you have overalls on, it's like having a double layer of clothes on. And I come in, I am completely soaking wet, literally, from this humidity and this heat. And plus, I've broken both my collarbones in the past, and one of my shoulders is like an inch higher than the other one. And I'm having a little bit of trouble with the weight of these overalls and the tools that I carry on them.
Because he's been doing a lot of carpentering.
I've been doing a lot of carpentering the last few days.
All those heavy... somebody made the comment about all of them hanging on him. Yes, it's like it weights his shoulders down, and he's really hurting. I'm
having some problems with my neck because I broke my neck before, and I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to...
Teresa Dean says you need to wear wool.
If I wore wool...
We would not make it.
I wouldn't even get out of the house.
We wouldn't even put it on. I'm talking.
Yeah, but that's kind of what it is with the overall thing. You'll see me with them and without them. It's just that this week we've had Zultan here helping us, and it's just been too hot for me to stay out because I'm staying out longer with him than I normally would, and I just had to get out of them.
Several of them have said audio is rough. Is everybody having trouble with audio?
Yeah, let us know if you're having too much trouble with the audio.
Okay, so Donna said she saw a summer dress in the video and wanted to ask where I got it. Okay, I'm not sure which summer dress and which video, so you would have to... I don't wear dresses and videos too often, so I'm not sure which one she's talking about. But if you'll message me and we'll talk, because some of my clothes, most of my clothes are many years old.
Yeah.
I haven't really bought a lot of stuff since Danny and I have been married. I bought way too much before we got married. So I have clothes that I keep wearing over and over.
Everybody says the audio and the picture's fine.
Okay, so it could be some other.
I think it's scratch because he says there's an occasional audio issue.
It's just scratch. He's got hard of hearing.
Yeah, he's getting on up in age now. Leslie's probably popped him upside the head one time. His ear is probably messed up there or something.
Okay, now Sammy Joe's asking about our woofer.
Yes, that was actually going to be the next thing we talked about.
Yeah. Zultan's been great. He's been here most of the week, and we had him helping do things that I couldn't do, with helping Danny with one big project that's been ongoing for.
I've had a project. This project has been in the making for 30 years.
I couldn't help finish it.
She couldn't help finish it. I'm not going to talk about it because I have videos coming up about it this week. So I'm just going to tell you to hang in there this week and go watch the videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's something that's been on my homestead here on this particular homestead for over 20 years, and it has not been used. So,
but it's fine. It's beautiful.
When you see it,
I'm proud of it.
When you see the older version versus the newer version, you'll know what I'm talking about, and you'll know why I'm so happy. So,
but yes, Zultan's helped pretty good. Yeah, he's feeling the love.
Scratch says he's feeling the love, brother. Amen.
But right now, Zultan is having to get a job because his dad and mother told him that if he stays in the States, he has to work.
He has to work.
So we will be his part-time help. He'll be our part-time help, I guess.
Yeah, he'll be coming here when he's not working. He'll be coming back and forth here working with us. He speaks English, and he speaks Spanish, and he speaks Hungarian.
Yes.
He doesn't understand a lot of the phrases in English because you have to realize in translations,
it loses meaning.
I explained a lot of things to him in translations from English to Spanish because I spoke Spanish for years, how that some things are lost in translations. And
kick the bucket was one of them.
Yeah,
he got a big laugh out of that.
How to kick the bucket, he got a big laugh out of that. Or like when the athlete says they're going to hang their shoes up, he had no clue what that meant, and I had to explain to him it meant that they were retiring. And Brett says he speaks gibberish. Plus, I speak some Hebrew. So it was interesting for Zultan to be here because Zultan helped me brush up on my Spanish because it's probably been close to 10 years since I've spoken any kind of Spanish at all. And it's one of them things, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
So, he was kind of helping me brush up on it a little bit. It was really a fun time to have him here.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good times with him. He actually spoke some Hungarian just for us to get a feel of it, and that is like a really beautiful, beautiful language. And so we've had a good time with him. He'll be in and out probably. We were hoping to have him here tonight, but it just didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Yeah, he was supposed to have been here, but he just didn't. Wasn't able to make it.
We're going to work around schedules with him. And
my pie says, how can you tell the sex of a 4-day-old turkey poult? The Beltsville White. I'll be honest with you. I've raised turkeys in the past. I don't have any now. I've never sexed young turkeys, so I really can't answer that one honestly, and I'll just be honest about it. I'm not going to tell you something I don't know.
And Brad says he does speak some Hebrew. Big Bear speaks Marine. Let's see. An American Homestead says his 9-year-old just got Rosetta Stone in the mail for Hebrew. Awesome. Now, Hebrew is a beautiful language. I love to hear Danny speak when he does.
Yeah.
Off topic, but I think it is good to know another language.
It is good to know other languages because you never know. Like I was in a hardware store one day, and there was a guy in there speaking Spanish, trying to tell the guy behind the counter that he needed some clavos. He said, pistola clavos, and the guy behind the counter had no clue what he was talking about, and I heard him, and I walked over there and told the guy behind the counter, I said, he needs gun nails is what he's talking about. And was able to help the guy get his nails and get out. So it's good to know. It's good to know some Spanish.
I can't remember, somebody was wanting to know about fire blight on pear trees, how to control it.
Fire blight on pear trees usually happens because the weather gets extremely hot early, or you have too much nitrogen in the soil. It's really a big problem down south, and if it happens, the only thing I can tell you to do is to cut the part of the tree off that's affected with the fire blight about a foot below where the blight actually stops at, to be sure you get it out of it. Because we had a tree this past year, a pear tree, you've probably seen in one of my videos. I had to cut most of all that tree off, and it has done sprouted back out. It's doing great right now. It's
like he cut the biggest majority of that tree back.
Yeah.
And it's looking really good. Okay, sweet potato book.
Yes, about the 1st of September, somewhere in the making, we've been to the printing company. We'll be going back this week. I have the sweet potato book is written. We're talking with the printer now about printing out a few hard copies, because we've had some people talk about they like to have a book in hand. They don't have the ability to do the ebook thing. We're going to be putting it out on ebook.
It'll probably come out toward
the 1st of September.
About the 1st of September on ebook. And according to when the printer can get it done, we will have hard copies after that. So,
hey, Patera.
For anybody that's looking for the book, it'll be the 1st of September.
Yeah.
We also have a couple of giveaways coming up shortly, and one of them will be next week.
We have a giveaway this coming week, and then we're going to have a giveaway when we reach our 7,000 subscribers.
And 500,000 views.
Yes.
Which should be within the next week or so. So this week, one giveaway, and within 2 weeks, another giveaway.
Yeah, we should be having those giveaways, and we'll be telling you how to get in on them this coming week. We'll be letting you know what the ins and outs are, what the rules are, how to apply for it, or whatever.
And we have a couple of I forgot to put this on our little jot note thing here, but we are part of a couple of collaborations coming up.
Yes, we are.
Brad from Big Family Homestead, he started this network thing that you guys are all watching, and he's going to have a collaboration. I don't have my paper here because Danny made me put my notes up, but it's coming up the end of this next week or middle of the week. I don't remember the days, but y'all be watching Big Family Homestead, because he is going to let you know where to go and when. And so we're going to be a part of that collaboration. I'm not going to give it away because I'm going to let him do it. And then I think September the
25th?
23rd.
23rd, okay.
Yes, the collaboration, the second collaboration I'm going to be a part of, I've already been a part of before, and I'm really happy to be a part of it again, is the Frugal Family Food, whatever. I don't remember what we call it, collab. Anyway, Amanda and Tangi asked me to be a part of that again, and mine will come up on September the 23rd.
Okay.
We will be cooking from the garden to the table. And so you guys be watching, I'm not sure who starts it, but looking for Tangi, the caver's wife, and Amanda from the Fundamental Home, and they'll shoot you in the right direction probably the first week of September.
All right. The basic topic tonight is going to be preparing for fall, because basically on Deep South Homestead, that's what we're doing at this particular time, is we're getting ready for fall and winter here. And that's the reason we have so many projects going on. I would love to tell you where all the projects are right now, but I have so many videos backed up that I'm going to
mention some of them.
I'll mention a few of them, but I'm not going to tell you all of them, because we just have a pile of videos coming up here. First of all, it's still harvest time here at Deep South Homestead. We are harvesting we've harvested the last of our brown turkey figs, but we have a fig that we're harvesting that my great-grandfather, I have his fig tree. Now, this fig tree is one of the original trees from the Middle East.
And I don't know if y'all can
I don't know what the name of these figs are. My grandfather never told me. They came from his dad. And I don't know if you can see how big these are, but these things are big as hen's eggs. They're a lot bigger than a golf ball. And we go out now, and this is the time of the year these things start coming in, and we start picking them. They're just big. You can see the size of them here. I don't know if where I'm at on the screen. You'll have to give me just a minute for it to catch up. We're about 15 seconds behind. But these things are enormous on this tree. So we're harvesting them now. They're starting to come in. It's the time of the year for those to come in.
But Tara said she loved our video today.
Oh,
what
cool.
video did we put? Oh, the corn crib.
Corn crib.
Yes.
Yes.
That was.
That's part one of the corn crib.
Yeah, we got to do some more work on that.
There's a lot more to go.
This corn crib's been in progress for several years. Everything here's been a work in progress because we don't have enough money to jump out and buy things.
Big Bear said, where is a good place to get a fig tree? The ones they get always die. We've never had a problem with a fig tree dying. As a matter of fact, you usually can't kill them.
This is not a brown turkey fig. We have those, but this is a...
Jason, fig trees are very, very finicky. The main thing with a fig tree is when you plant it, be sure to keep it mulched really deep because the roots grow right on top of the ground, and if it gets to be too dry, they'll die, or if it gets to be too cold, they'll die. So keep plenty of mulch. We try to keep about 4 to 6 inches of mulch piled up around our fig trees during the summer months.
Several people saying, are we going to sell fig seeds? Now, I'm not sure that you're going to get anything.
We don't sell seeds. All of our trees come from grafts.
Yeah, they're all grafted, and we've just gotten this tree to really grow. It was a piece of his grandfather's.
Yeah.
And he put it on his homestead across the road, and then when he moved here, he moved it, and it was not back, and it was real little when I came here, and it wasn't growing, so we've moved it twice. And where we have it now is growing. It's like, nearly waist high.
Yeah.
And it's put on, these figs here, we probably got about 20 or 25 off of it this year so far. And it's doing really well. And we have a chicken tractor right next to it.
Yeah, we always put our chicken tractors next to our fruit trees because, except for apples and pears now, our pear trees are next to our chicken pen out here, and we can't help that because that's where the trees were at when we built the chicken pen. But our chicken tractors, we usually move them around by our fig trees and stuff like that because it really boosts them.
Yes, the fig trees do well. Appalachia says we're talking figs. Yes. How many fig trees you got, girl?
And yes, they do like a lot of water. Fig trees love a lot of water.
Somebody said they thought this was the brown turkey, but the brown turkey's the little.
The brown turkey's the small fig. This one here is a good 2 inches across.
Somebody else said something about a Celeste. So Appalachia does. So is the Celeste this big, Appalachia? Because we don't know. We don't know the name of it.
This is my grandfather told me was one of the original trees from the Middle East that his daddy got. So I'm not sure what the name of it is. It's just been in my family for over 100 years. Would a protected area be good for figs? Yes. You always want to make sure a fig tree is planted on the south side of a building. If you live where it's a little bit colder at, you want it on the south side of a building. And I like to have mine where some water drips on it, or either I have it where I can put a water hose under it and turn some water onto it every day. Mission figs. Now that's the name I was thinking. So it might be the mission figs. That's what we. It could be. I don't know. It's one of them things, but it is an awesome fig that we have on our place here. Now, getting away from the figs, huh? Blueberries. Now we got to do our muscadines. We have began to pick muscadines on our place here. They have begun to come in earlier this year than they normally do. Now, I'm not sure when we get our hands up here, it's hard to tell where this camera's going, and I've got muscadines running every which ways. These are what's called muscadines here now. These are the purple ones. This vine I have is about 30-something years old. It's almost as big around as your leg is at the ground. I keep it cut way back, and it makes a beautiful purple muscadine. Drop them if I'm trying to get them. That's all right. Okay, I think they can see those. Yeah, well, you got to go up a little bit. Okay, it's coming up where you can see them. You're holding them a little bit low, but. All right, the second kind we have is what's called a scuppernong. Now, this is a bronze scuppernong. This bronze scuppernong is probably twice as sweet as this Muscadine is.
It is. This one is awesome.
Now this one, I have no idea what the variety is. This came off of my daddy's place when he sold it.
He's making my hand go up.
I have to keep picking her hand up. There you go.
I'm like Moses.
Yeah, I'm going to be like Moses. I'm going to hold her arm up here.
Isn't that pretty awesome?
But these bronze ones are like I said, they're about as twice as sweet as the
And they're
purple
twice as big.
And they're twice as large. But now they are scuppernongs. They are not Muscadines. Muscadines are more of a wild variety. The purple ones I got here, I got from a gentleman y'all heard me talk about in my video, Mr. Leo. He gave me a vine when I first moved here, probably 30-something years ago, and it was already a nice-sized vine. And the bronze ones come from my daddy's vine. When my daddy sold his old home place, I went over there and dug up one of the vines off of it and brought it here. Okay, it says, that's just like the ones I have here when the birds and the squirrels don't get them. Well, we have a problem here with birds and squirrels too, but we eat them.
We have, we've been blessed. This is something I wanted to bring out. We've been very, very blessed this year. Usually these Muscadines and Scuppernines, we don't get very many of the bronze ones because they're way off this way back here.
Yeah.
And the animals get them. This year they've not touched them so far. They could tonight. You
got to tell them why, because we leave traps set 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And we haven't caught very many animals. But the deal is, we had prayed to be in God's will. And we feel like we are. We feel like we're where He wants us and that we're putting out something to help other people. We're giving of ourselves. We've just started laying it out there to help other people. And we feel like Danny was reading the
blessings of obedience in Deuteronomy.
And one of them is...
I'm sitting here reading the things.
Reading.
Okay.
He leaves me.
I seen something about trolls, and I was like, okay, let me see what's going on with
trolls. All right,
we're
supposed to have somebody taking care of trolls.
We're supposed to have moderators to take care of trolls. If you see one,
get rid of them. If you see them,
get rid of them. It doesn't matter.
But the blessings of obedience.
Oh yeah, he said, I will bless your land. I will bless your storehouses. I will drive the wild beasts off of your land and all that kind of stuff. And this year we've not had any problems really with wild beasts. I mean, what ones we have had, we've caught them and we've eradicated them. So, or dispatched. Some people like the word dispatch better.
Yeah.
The end result is the same no matter what. But we feel like that the Lord has allowed us to actually get rid of a lot of the animals that's been a problem here. So, okay, we are moving on. We got Big Bear on here, and if y'all haven't seen anything that's really, really funny,
y'all got to go see.
You need to go see Big Bear's unboxing video, because I'm going to tell you, I've never seen Jason laugh as hard as he laughed.
And his face hurt.
Him and his wife, both Robin, sat there and laughed, and Jason was actually having to hold and massage his face because it was hurting so bad.
It's like the ultimate unboxing. We sent them a gift, and I saw it in the print shop where we were at, and I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And I told Danny, I said, we have to buy this and do it as a giveaway. And we were going to do a giveaway. And then when I got to thinking, I'm going, how many of y'all would really want canned armadillo spread? You know, and so as I thought about it, I said, we cannot do that as a giveaway because nobody would participate. I mean, how many of you guys would actually want to win the canned meat?
Yeah, well, I don't even tell them that.
Yes,
let them go watch.
Most of us done say that.
Anyway, just a question just went through from Arizona. Mary's wants to know, her apple trees, the trunks have turned yellow and the leaves are started green. Any idea about what might be going on there? I really don't have any idea about that with the trunk turning yellow. I don't think I've ever come across that. So I really don't have an answer for that. If the leaves are still green, I don't know that I worry too much about it, because at least if the leaves are green, it's still growing. So
yeah, the package was hilarious, and most of them have seen it. But if you haven't seen it, go to Big Bear Homestead and watch his unboxing from Deep South.
Yeah. Okay, we are pretty much getting close to halfway through, and we haven't even talked about preparing for fall.
Tara wants to know, do you want her to get her overalls out? Yes, and send me a pair. I need a pair of overalls. I don't know. I burn up too. I get too hot.
Yes, everybody needs to wear overalls. It don't matter if you're male or female.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to be in the fall. We got to talk about this because we're
ground preparation.
Yes, it's the time of the year. Whenever right now I'm going around, I'm actually doing the pH testing in all my soil. In all my pots, in my fields, I'm testing my pH everywhere. I'm making the decision about what I'm going to grow next year and where I'm going to grow it. And I'm trying to go ahead and get the pH adjusted to what I'm going to be growing next year. And you're going to see some upcoming videos about us using farm equipment, for what types of equipment we use on our farm here, and how we use it. So just keep looking for that. We do some disking, we do some flat breaking. For those of you who don't know what it is,
we're going to do a video.
We're going to do some videos on flat breaking. We're going to do some videos on disking and all that stuff. So
Tara said we have an overall challenge.
Yes.
Everybody's going to start wearing overalls.
Everybody needs to wear overalls. These overalls are God's gift for everything, as far as I'm concerned, except the heat. Hot. Except the heat. Yes.
We've been one of the things we're doing now, one of Zultan's projects when he comes back, and Danny and I'll be helping, is cleaning out raised beds and the containers, because we're getting ready to add stuff to that for the fall, and then putting dirt in the pots in the greenhouse.
Yes.
We haven't got dirt in pots yet.
We got the old Alabama gardener here with us tonight.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
We gave you a shout out last week, brother.
And,
okay. Another thing that's going on our homestead here is our black-eyed peas. We are picking black-eyed peas now. We have videos coming up about that.
Yes, we did. I think we mentioned it a while back on one of our chats that we planted black-eyed peas and red beans from the store. We just went to the grocery store and purchased them. And the black-eyed peas, we've had 2 meals. I would call it messes, but most people don't know what a mess is. We've had 2 meals. Yeah, we've had 2 meals off of them and fixing to have another one. The red beans look really weird. Yeah, the red beans didn't do too good, though. I think the heat got them. The heat, and I have discovered that the red beans are more of a cool weather plant than they are to be planted in the heat. So. We're going to get some off of them, but we'll be showing that next week probably. Yeah, plus we're still harvesting peppers and putting them up. That's when we're trying to get all of our peppers taken care of. We'll be putting our peppers into containers. They'll be going into the greenhouse for the winter time. And we're going to do some experimenting in the greenhouse this time. Yeah. That's something we're going to be prepping for. We're going to want to add some of the plants that are already growing into the greenhouse, like the peppers. Like the peppers. Peppers are not a one-year plant. Peppers are actually a several-year plant. And we're going to experiment with different things and see what grows, like in the greenhouse in the winter. Here, we can't tell you what it'll do in your area, but what works here. Yeah, no, we've been working with our blueberries this past week. We've been fertilizing our blueberries. I've been mowing them, and what we're going to be doing is cleaning out around the very bottoms of the trees here shortly. We'll be mulching around them, trying to get everything ready for the winter months, and so that we'll have our blueberries ready to go next year. That's one of the other things we're doing, getting ready for fall here on our homestead. And one has been drying herbs. I've got a huge variety of herbs, as most of you see my herb garden, and it has just been producing like crazy. So I've been drying herbs for several weeks now, and I've got a pretty good stash. And I have passion flower here. I don't know how many people have passion flower, but I won't let Danny get rid of any of it. So I've been drying flowers and leaves. It's everywhere, y'all. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I can't even control it. It's done got out of control. It's it's good. It's like the loofah gourds that they were talking about a while ago, and it's just out of control. But I love them, and so I'm going to have a video on my passion flower eventually. I've been doing a lot with it, but I was waiting for the fruit, and the fruit is all over it now, and some of them have even gotten ripe, and so I'm working on that and incorporating that into my video. Yep. So y'all be looking for some dried herbs and mainly passion flower. Yes. Now we're going to move ahead just a little bit because I don't want time to get away from me too much here. We're halfway through the program now. I'm going to talk about our videos that we put up this past week, because a lot of people have had a lot of different questions about the videos.
And our first video that we put up this past week was about coleslaw, homemade coleslaw. And I'll let Wanda talk about that one because that's something that was more.
It was an
experiment. It was an experiment. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It was just strictly an experiment.
If you're in Wanda's kitchen, everything's an experiment. I know most people will say, you know, you got to follow the rules. Okay.
I'm one of them kind. I'm so OCD. I got to have it down to how much. I mean, everything's got to be precise for me.
And I don't do that. When I go in to make something, I'm throwing ingredients in there, and I love watching Patera because she seems to do the same thing. It's not a recipe. It's just you got to feel it, right, girl?
Right.
You got to have a feeling for cooking. So when I go in the kitchen and y'all, I'm hoping my cookbook even works for half of you because I feel what I do. But I did follow recipes for that. But when I was making coleslaw that day, there's lots of things we had started cutting out. And so we were wanting to do something without mayonnaise. So I thought, well, coconut oil, why not? So that's when I added the coconut oil. Then I added the walnuts, so we had a few, so I kind of shredded them up. So it came out with a really good taste.
Yeah.
We liked it, and we'll be using it off and on when we make coleslaw because it's not overpowering, and you can taste the coleslaw and stuff. Yeah. So we really like that.
Okay, I was asked the question, how do I know when a butternut squash is ready to harvest? I'm going to tell you how I know when it's ready to harvest. I'm not telling you it's the answer, but it's how I know. When I can walk up to it and I can take my thumbnail and I push into it and it doesn't dig into it anymore and it's completely hard and the little trindle next to the end of it is dead, I pull it. And I bring it in and I leave it in the house to just continue to ripen inside the house here. Now that's my way of doing it. I'm not telling you that's what the book says. That's what Danny does.
Yes. And I want to give a shout out to Rain. I want to say it says Rain Country. I went and checked her videos out yesterday or the day before. When she pops up, I'll see it again. She does some awesome little videos that had a lot of color to it. You guys need to check her out. I'll tell you in a little bit when her name comes back, but I think it's Rain Country or something like that.
Okay. Oh.
There are no rules.
There are no rules in cooking. I agree. We agree with that.
Danny has to have rules.
I got to have my rules because.
And Jen at the Nut House made a Deep South meal. I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
So, all right. Rain Country Homestead, that's what it is. Y'all check her out. That's my shout out for this week. We really didn't do shout outs. We didn't have anything wrote down, but yeah, we didn't. When I saw her name pop up again, she did some really colorful. I love color, so anything colorful. And my shout out this week will be to Big Bear after that. Yes. After the unboxing, I have to give Big Bear a shout out because I mean, I'm telling you, it was hilarious. Y'all really have to go watch that if you haven't seen it. Okay, now the porch time. I guess the one that has been talked about more, and I've had more private messages sent, and I've had more comments made, has been my porch time. And I cried when I looked at it because I wasn't out there when he made it. Yeah. But I watch it after the fact. And I cried during it, and I know his stories, and I usually laugh all the time, but I cried during that one. It just touched me, and you don't know what the messages that touched us. Oh, and the people that it touched. I was really unaware of the impact that it would have on everybody. I'm very touched that the Lord was able to use it to speak to so many different people. And I'll be honest with you, what brought that on was Patera's ongoing video saga that she's got going right now about living, you know, without the electricity stuff and all, and being able to cook over a wood stove, and talking about Mr. Fred down the road and Mrs. Homestead lady and all that kind of stuff. And I got to sitting around and I was like, you know, if we're honest and we're truthful about a lot of things, most of us have people like that in our lives, and we need to really go back and kind of meditate on some of the things we learned from them. Because my theory is when an elderly person dies, and all these elderly people have died, they're no longer with me, but when an elderly person passes away, then you lay a library to rest. And to me, if you haven't shared your knowledge with someone, then you really wasted the talent that God has given you. So
what Wanda and I have done is that's one of the reasons we took on the woofer program, because there's so many young people out there in the world that's so eager to learn the things that we just take for granted many times. And I feel like that if God's given us this knowledge, then we need to, we need to just pass that on.
JM says you need to have a recorder and just do audio storytelling. I want him to do some storytelling.
She's been wanting me to do that.
One of his stories he told my son today. I had a visit from my son and his girlfriend today, so let me give a shout out to Jesse and Patty. And he was telling, I told him he ought to tell it, and he said it's illegal, so he can't tell it.
Yeah, some stories I just can't tell, you know what I mean?
It was a hunting story.
It was a hunting story, but it's illegal now, you know.
And I told him he can't get in trouble, but he thinks maybe he could. So, we got to watch the stories he tells, I guess.
Yeah, you just have to go with the legal ones, because I've not always been the perfect person, you know. We've done things that's been fun.
Yeah, and Teresa said that a lot of young people don't have the time to stop and learn, and that's what we found.
Yeah.
In the woofer program, we really were looking for people in the United States that wanted to come here, but when we went on to the program, everyone's from another country.
And we found nobody, one person from the U.S., and then they made an excuse reason they couldn't get here. So
they didn't have the money after it was all said and done to get here. So, we were thinking we would find some young people in the United States that really wanted to come and spend a week or 2 weeks here. So if you guys know somebody that is interested, you please message us at info@deepsouthhomestead.com and let us know, because we really are looking for, I'd say, at least 18 to on up.
Yeah, 18 to 30.
We'd like them to be at least 18 years old.
Yeah, we need people who actually have had some, they don't necessarily have to have any experience, but they're willing to work. That's the biggest
willingness. Thing. That's the willingness is what we need.
Donna said you didn't get a Bigfoot, did you? No, it's almost that bad, but it's not quite that bad. Songbird says if they was younger, they would be here. You know what? That's the whole thing. If I was younger again and know what I know now about woofers and stuff like that,
we would have done it.
We would have done it. I would have been all over this country. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd go live and I'd tell y'all, if you need me, just tell me when you want me. I'd be there.
And we would have so much fun. That's the beauty of being older. You see where you made your mistakes when you were younger. And it's just like, once you get to be our age, and if Danny's health and my health was where it was, we would be traveling, and we would love to do the kind of things and help people, because that was his goal several years ago, was to be a traveling carpenter.
Yeah, I was going, when I retired at 49 years old, and I was going to be one of these who traveled around and helped build churches and stuff like that, because I ran a construction business for 26 years, and I figured with my knowledge that I'd be able to really help get a lot of Lord's work going, and it just didn't work out that way. My health went down unexpectedly, and right now I feel like doing what we're doing right now is a mission here for us, and this is God's will for our life. So,
since we can't get out and travel, then we're here.
Yeah, my dad always said that 2 people who know what they're doing can do more than 10 people who don't know what they're doing. So,
which leads into our next thing, and we've had a lot of comments on us working together.
On our working together, yeah. We did 2 videos this week where Wanda and I were working together. One of them was the pig feeder. Now, what y'all have to understand, I've got a lot of positive responses on the pig feeder, and I've got a lot of negative. But let me explain some things to y'all. At Deep South Homestead here, we have a facility for everything. Now, when I pull the baby pigs away from the mama pig, like you saw in the video of me racing off with the lawnmower with the baby pigs, and I put them in a pen, that's not permanent for those pigs.
No.
That's called a weaning pen. We have a pen where we put our baby pigs to wean them. Now those pigs, that barrel is plenty big for those pigs to eat out of. Now they may have to take turns, and there's enough food. I'm going to put enough food in there for them to eat off of.
I got to answer Scratch too about them piggies.
Oh yeah, I remember that. About you kicking your piggies.
I did not kick piggies. Let's get that over now. he threw dirt on my foot and I couldn't stand it, so I kicked the dirt out of the way and the piggy was standing there, so I didn't kick a pig.
Yes, Appalachia wants to know, Patera's asking the question, will I be slaughtering any of the pigs this winter? Yes. We're going to be slaughtering some of the boys. There's 3 boys and there's 3 girls. Mm-hmm. And probably, if I get my electric fencing back fixed around the pasture this week, they will go to the pasture this week because we don't really feed our animals that much. We free range most of our animals. So those pigs will be going to pasture probably this week. So that pen was not intended to keep them in permanently.
They thought you said weenie pen.
Oh, well.
Weaning.
It's weaning away from mama.
Country,
till mom dries up. Her teats has got to dry up before I put them back in the pasture right there.
Yes, and we had to have it where they couldn't get out, so he had to fix that with a lot of boards everywhere. Because they can climb like
them little jokers they can jump 4 feet high. I mean, they're like little kangaroos when you put them in there. So, you know, on the pig thing, Wanda and I work together. I mean, we work together like a team, and it's really beneficial on a homestead when you have a couple who's willing to work together to get things done, because should something happen to me, then Wanda knows how to do things. Should something happen to Wanda, I mean, I know how to do things, but
he doesn't know how to do all I know how to do.
But I don't know how to do the things that she knows how to do inside the house here and everything.
He knows how to cook and clean, but when it comes to some of our computer stuff, he's going, you're going to have to show me that, because I was a secretary before I met him, and actually an office manager. And so I had all kinds of knowledge with that. And so all this stuff with the computer, I'm doing all the emails and and half the time if you're talking to somebody, it's me, it's not him. And when we do moderating for other channels, it's usually me, it's not him. He will on occasion be moderating. So you got to know lots of things is me more than him, and my weird sarcastic sense of humor.
I was asked a question, did I get an email concerning something in one of the books? No, I did not. Not that I'm aware of. I don't know which one.
One of the cookbooks?
I don't know. It went by so fast I didn't get a chance to read it.
If it's something in the cookbooks, I know there's a couple of spots. It was mainly spelling errors.
Yeah.
But now if there's something where you mix it up and one of the ingredients got mixed up and it's wrong, if you'll let me know, I'll try to post it on our webpage so people can see it, because it's hard to catch every one of those recipes and get it perfect.
Yeah, because we have proofread my book so many times.
And still call it
and we still catch mistakes. We went back just yesterday. We just thought we had it completely finished, and we was going back through the book that I wrote, and then found a mistake. Okay, Zena said it was a seed-saving book.
We hadn't done a seed-saving book.
No, I did not get that.
Okay, I'm not sure, but yes, send us an email.
Resend the email to
info@deepsouthhomestead.com, and we'll see what you're talking about.
We'll try to get you an answer as quickly as we can. But yeah, the baby pigs, we will keep probably 2 of the females, and all the rest, what we don't sell, will be butchered. So, I mean, okay, Teresa wants to know, what is the book about? It's going to be about planting sweet potatoes.
Yes, and we have videos coming up next week or 2 on sweet potatoes. We were going to put one out this week, and he thought he had it right, and I got aggravated, and I said, no. So I had to redo a whole clip, because when I was cooking, the camera was not where it should have been. Yeah. And he was going to let it slide, and I'm more the perfectionist when it comes to that, and I said no, so I had to recook.
Patera, I did answer about the piggies. I said, yes, I'm going to be butchering some of them. I may not butcher all of them. I'm going to keep 2 of the females to ramble back in the pasture. And Scratch said smoking pork time. Yep, you're going to see some videos on bacon coming up. You're going to see some videos on all the stuff, how I make my sausage and all that stuff.
How do you know when sweet potatoes are ready?
Well, sweet potatoes are ready based on number of days, and you want to harvest them before the first frost or freeze, because the frost and freeze will kill the vines, and the vines will sour back into the potatoes. But now, If the potatoes is in the ground and you have a frost or a freeze coming, you can go out and cut all the vines off above the ground right at the potatoes and cover the potatoes up. You won't lose them. They'll actually stay in the ground and be okay, as long as the ground itself does not freeze.
We kind of look for, he knows the days. He knows when he planted, and he knows when it should be ready. And we go and look, and the ground will crack on some of them.
I'll just put it this way. I harvest my potatoes between 120 and 150 days from the day I plant them. At 120 days, I go and start looking, and normally the ground will be cracked up all around the plants, and I don't particularly like a sweet potato that's really, really large. I like my sweet potatoes to be anywhere between 6 and 8 inches long. I don't like the ones that end up being 12 inches long and big around as your arm up here. I'm not really crazy about those because they get kind of woody and stringy on the inside as they get some age to them. So I prefer the smaller potatoes myself, and that's kind of the way I like it.
What variety of sweet potatoes do we plant?
Okay, these sweet potatoes are Puerto Rican yams and Beauregard crossed. I've been growing this same potato now for probably close to 10 years, I reckon.
We keep the thing. They want to make scrapple and ring bologna. We don't.
No, we don't.
He wants to make hogshead cheese, and I'm really against that idea.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was butchering a pig here one day, and a guy come up and wanted to know if I was going to make scrapple with it. And I told him, I said, not particularly at this particular time. No, I'm not.
Tara says it's survival food.
It is.
It probably is, but I'm having trouble with that part of it. Some things I just can't get past.
Yeah, she can't get past the hog-head cheese. I mean, hog-head cheese is not really what it sounds like.
I know, but it just... I had an old 93-year-old lady that I was a sitter for, and she loved hog-head cheese, and I just would have to walk out of the room when she was eating it. I just couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, especially if you got it good. Now, me, I personally like it real cold. So
she said not Scrabble. It's Scrapple.
Scrapple.
I don't know if I put a B in it or somebody else did.
Somebody else did on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Scrapple.
Yeah, and
my daddy's make souse meat. Yes.
Oh no.
As growing up as a kid, I ate what was called salt pork. My mama would boil salt pork for about 20 minutes, and then she'd take it out, she'd boil it, she'd put it in a skillet, and she'd slice it, and she'd fry it for us. And we ate salt pork as kids. We ate lard toast, because we didn't have butter a lot of times. We put lard on it. We had hog-head cheese. I mean, so I ate beef tripe. There was all those kind of things as a kid growing up that we ate. We ate pigtails, smoked pigtails.
And I was just the opposite. I was a city girl, sort of, kind of, that we ate tomato sandwiches and peas and beans and
we ate that too,
and macaroni and cheese, and that's what we ate. That was kind of food I ate all the time. All this stuff he's naming, we didn't touch that. So I have trouble with that, and I'm still learning that I got to eat stuff. Yeah,
well, I mean, so you're exactly right, Teresa. We were poor, and we ate whatever we could get. You know,
and I guess I really wasn't that poor.
She wasn't poor. She come from a little bit of a well-off family.
They weren't well off, but they were.
If you was middle income, you was well off to me. Yeah.
Middle income is what we're talking about here.
Pig's feet, yes. My daddy, boy, we ate more pig's feet than you'd shake a stick at.
Danny, are your sweet potatoes red? Yes.
Yes.
They are red.
They are red sweet potatoes.
Orangish looking color. They're not
Matter of fact, the redder they are, the better they are.
Yeah, ours are kind of.
Ours is more of an orangish red color.
Yeah.
Now I've never eaten pickled heart and tongue. I haven't ate that yet, but I have eaten smoked pigtails and I've eaten pickled pig feet and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, what else we got going on here?
Okay, we've got
the pig feeder, the woofing.
Woofing.
Zoltan was here, and y'all saw him do all kinds of things. Him and Danny had a lot of fun.
We still have videos coming up about Zoltan. We did not show you all the videos that he did while he was here.
Yeah, probably Monday we'll have the main
Monday one. One of the main ones he helped me with, maybe coming out Monday.
I think Monday.
If we can get it edited and get it uploaded, I think Monday might be one of the better videos we've had with him. And it's something that, like I said, that I've been working on for a number of years. And it's not completely finished, but it's the first phase of it. So let me put it that way.
And then we had the frugal quick tip, the gloves. We were just having trouble that day, and we needed something quick. And I always keep my frugal quick tips for when we're in a hurry and I've got to get something up fast. And so that's where when we throw up a frugal quick tip. So yes, using the gloves makes a big difference when you're doing a lot of peppers.
You're doing a lot of peppers, yeah. Y'all going to have to excuse me. I'm going to just get comfortable here. I'm going to pick my foot up. That's the way I always sit. So.
And then the corn crib. There's going to be other parts to the corn crib, but you want to explain a little bit right quick? A little bit about it?
The corn crib is something, that building's been built sitting there for, I don't know, it's been there probably 10 years or more. And it's just been sitting out in the weather. I've always wanted to get it built. I had goats in there to start with, and we got rid of the goats, and then we turned it into a chicken pen. And now that it's a chicken pen, we decided we wanted to go ahead and put the corn crib in half of it, and we let the chickens roost in the other side. I sit Indian style. Yes, that's basically the way I've always sit my whole life, is Indian style.
Songbird was asking if Southerners make red beet pickled eggs. Yes. I don't, but I've made them before. It's been a while. But yes, pickled eggs is really big here, especially pickled quail eggs.
Pickled quail eggs is one of the bigger things.
It's one of the bigger sellings here. So yes, people do make, with the beets, they make the red beet pickled eggs.
Yeah, so, but on the corn crib, we have so much corn to harvest out of the fields out here that we decided to make that a priority for us. And what we've done is we've decided to go ahead and get it going. Now, I know a lot of y'all saw the way I did the door. That comes from construction work, because I built so many barns for people, and people are so picky that when the lines on the doors, they wanted all the lines to stay exactly the same on the doors. They didn't want them off or anything like that. And I come up with that technique of going ahead and framing the door in before I put the piece of plywood up, and going ahead and cutting it out and screwing the hinges to it, and then taking my Sawzall, or my reciprocating saw, whichever one you want to call it. And once the plywood's up, then finish cutting the corners out, and then the door swings perfect. It always fits that way. You don't ever get anything off. So it really is a good way to put a door up, and you can do it whether it's small, you can do it whether it's large. And Teresa said Spam was made for the military, and that may be accurate. I don't know.
A lot of people, Spam was a good food when we were growing up.
Spam used to be really, as a kid, my mama would fry it for supper many a time.
I didn't like it when it was, when I was growing up. I wouldn't eat it. And it's funny because I ate potted meat, right, Big Bear? And so the potted meat, and I can't stand potted meat now.
I'm the same way.
And I didn't eat Spam then, and I don't eat it now, but if I was hungry, yes, I'd probably be eating Spam. I didn't like bologna. Everybody liked bologna. Bologna. I don't know how y'all say it, but we called it bologna. I didn't like fried bologna either.
And Gloria asked a question, why did I get rid of my goats? Well, when my wife died, we had run a big goat area here where we had Nubian milk goats. We sold butter and cheese and all that kind of stuff. And when my wife passed away, I was milking morning and evening. Even the morning she passed away, I still had to milk that morning. I had to milk that afternoon. And I kept it up even on through the funeral and making all the arrangements. And then after all that, then my mom and dad's health kind of broke down, and they needed somebody out there to take care of them. So I actually sold the goats and moved out to my mom and dad's for 2 years and helped them kind of get their life back in order before Wanda and I married and come back here to live at my home.
And we had to start over because there were no animals when I came.
No, there was nothing on the homestead when Wanda came. We started from scratch again whenever she came.
Man, all the fruit trees, all that kind of stuff was here. He had a small garden. The raised beds, some of them were here, but he didn't really have anything in them because he hadn't been here for 2 years. And we pretty much he kept the place clean and neat.
Yeah, I would come out here every week and keep it mowed and cleaned up and everything. But
and so it was kind of one of those situations. We just started over with the animals that summer with chickens and started building from there. And then we started adding garden spaces all along till you see what you see now. And to do a good, I guess, tour of here, it would take 2 days for us to take you on everything here. Most people that come and visit only see a portion because it takes so long to walk around and talk about everything here.
Yeah, it'd take a full day just to walk around and talk about everything here. And good night, Katara. I know you said you had to go take care of your brooders and stuff like that. So thank you for coming on tonight. We really appreciate you being here.
And
Floyd said he got his Danny corn this week. All right, I'm glad to see you got it.
I'm hoping most everybody, except for the few that have just ordered, should have their corn and their cookbooks, except for anybody that's ordered in the last 3 or 4 days. So y'all let us know if you don't get it. Prayer request.
Okay, we have we're getting pretty close to the end here, and I don't want to get into anybody else's time. We have a special person here who I'm not going to tell you what the prayer request is.
Oh, let's do this first before we do prayer request. And then,
okay, you better hurry then because we're fixing to run out of time.
If you guys have questions, will you please, when this video is over and it comes up, go back to the video and put your questions in the video below. And then we will see them because we're doing this again tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night at 8
Same
o'clock.
time.
We'll be back on again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
And we will try to look and see the answers. So go ahead. We had the prayer request he was going to mention.
Yes, Carol's Cottage sent us a message and said she had a special prayer request that she wanted us to mention and for us to be praying for her in this situation. I'm going to just put it out as an unspoken because she did not give me permission to actually say what the prayer request was. So we're going to be mentioning Carol's Cottage tonight in prayer. And
we'll see y'all at an American Homestead after this. Yes. And we'll see you back tomorrow night here.
Here at 8 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead, Central Time, yes. We're going to go ahead and pray and close out and give y'all time to get over there to see American Homestead. Father, we come to you tonight, Lord, and just want to bow our heads and show our reverence to you. And we just want to ask that you would look over this prayer request that was sent to us. It's a special request, Lord, from Carol's Cottage. I ask that you would answer it in a way that would best glorify your kingdom, Lord. And Father, we have so many people watching here tonight. There was 200 plus people watching. And Lord, I just want to lift up all these people that's watching tonight. I want to ask that you go into their lives. And Father, there's a lot of those that are hurting also. They have needs. They have financial needs, physical needs, spiritual needs, emotional needs. Lord, there's lots of needs in all of our subscribers' lives and all the watching people tonight's lives, Lord. And I just pray that you would meet their needs also, Father, because we do this because we love them. We don't necessarily do this for our own benefit. We do it because we feel like it glorifies your kingdom and it helps us to get the word out to other people and they're able to actually watch and to learn. And that's what we want to do, is we want to be able to hope that they can learn something from us and we can learn something from them and we can all be a big community and share in one another. And Father, this is our desire, is just to grow this community of people here, of like-minded people, Father, before it's too late, as we live in what we believe to be the latter days. And Father, I just want to thank you that we've had a good chat tonight. Hadn't had a lot of problems with trolls. We want to just praise you for that. And Father, I just want to say how much I love you. I love these people that's been on here tonight now. I ask this in thy name. Amen.
You guys head on over to
an American Homestead with Zach. We're out of here. Thank y'all for watching. We love you.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow night.